FM 92.7. I got my crew in the cabin, Michael Ogbodu and the delectable prophylactic Helen Apiampofo. Oh my God, it's gonna be a good one. Stay with us here on Sunrise. Felicity Afianyo is ready with the weather update. It's cloudy already. Felicity, good morning. How are you doing?
Good morning, Johnny. I am better today than yesterday.
Have you been beaten by the rain too?
Yes, I just walked in the rain to the office this morning.
Strong woman. Good to hear from you. Now, are we to expect some more rain?
For the coastal belt, especially the eastern coast, no. Hopefully by 10, we expect it to give way to variably cloudy conditions. But those of us in central western Ashanti, part of eastern western North, Bono East, and then Ahafo areas, we expect them to still have their cloudiness until midday, where we expect the sun to break through. For the north, the upper east, upper west, we have some rain and thunder clouds over Burkina Faso, so it's grazing those around the border towns, Boku, Navrongo, Bolgatanga. They are also having cloudy weather. Then later in the day, we still expect some thunderstorms and activities over the northern region, the savannah, and parts of the middle sector. Kumasi today will also be cloudy. We are having 60% chance of rain and thunder within the day for them.
I see. And for the fisher folks, I didn't hear you talk about them today. What's up with them?
Yeah, the fisher folks, we also have cloudy weather over the sea with a slight to moderate rain this morning. We expect the state of the sea to be rough, so they need to be a bit careful. The clouds are not stormy, so they can easily navigate, but then they should just be a bit careful.
Felicity, I want to thank you very much indeed for your time this morning, and we wish you all the best.
Thank you so much.
All right, thank you very much indeed. That's Felicity Afi, and you're bringing us the weather update here on Sunrise on 3FM 92.7. My name is Johnnie Hughes. My God, I'm going to need the traveler. Actually, how was your weekend, guys? Michael, how was your weekend?
It was cool. Spent part of it at the mechanic. And then the other at the market. Charlie, okay. When Madame says follow her to the market,
you have to go. If not, the best part of the soup is for your little ones.
Before I see, I chop 3 hours waiting.
Yeah, you wait.
How much money was you spent? A lot of money.
You wait.
You know, I've devised a new trick. When I give Madame money to the market, I don't ask her what she got.
You don't calculate.
No. Yes. Because I know that by all means it won't be enough. Looking at the pricing, if I go and inquire me.
Charlie, so what happened to our planting for food and jobs? I mean, it's a conversation that we must have. We can't shy away from it. Yeah. We've spent about 600 million every year since we started in 2017 on planting for food and jobs alone. 6, 5, 36, 37, 42, 420 billion, right? On planting for food and jobs alone. It could be more. And the food is not there, the jobs are not there. We need to have that conversation.
The food is getting pricier and pricier.
We cannot pretend that didn't happen, because it's a flagship program, right? Yeah. And if a flagship program, so far we know that one village, one dam failed. One district, one factory, right? The government will come and say, oh, there are factories. But you see, if you have factories and the factories are not providing jobs for the people, and the factories are just for existing factories that you're giving money to expand to employ, but they are not really employing, then we have a problem.
That's right.
And then you have planting for food and jobs. Even under that, we have rearing for food and jobs, which is for livestock. Then planting for export and rural development. People are still migrating to Accra, and we're even building them hostels in the name of Kayaye Hostel. You see where the confusion starts. So we need to have that conversation, because at least within the agri sector, these 3 initiatives were projects that we sunk money into. And we said we are sinking the money into this because it's going to solve a certain problem.
That's right.
Has the problem been solved?
Johnny, it looks like it may even... It's not getting any better anytime soon, because I spoke to the Peasant Farmers Association. You know, there's the government launch phase 2,
which is FSRP, something like
Planting for Food and Jobs phase 2, which is supposed to be
2.0,
which is supposed to be an upgraded version of the previous one, and of course to tackle some of the loopholes, including the bridge between production and market. But as we speak now, from what the farmers are telling us, they are still doing data collection and registration of farmers, whereas
for the 2.0 edition.
Exactly.
I see.
For a project that was launched last year, they are still gathering data, and the farmers are concerned that if by now we don't have the inputs, if by now we don't have the seedlings to do our planting, and it's already raining season, then it's literally...
That means the 2.0 has not actually even taken off.
No, it's the O.
Literally.
That is
the O is
the
2 no has. You know what? Now, beyond listening to government actors and officials telling us that we have done this, we need to go a step further. After you've told us that, oh, the factories are there, there's 61 or 42 or however many, then you ask them, okay, what impact has that had?
That's right.
It's not enough to just say, we have created, you've created it, fantastic. What impact has that had?
And that's the question I'm asking with the factories. Because if you, and Michael is thankfully he's with the business desk, if you have X number of factories, we can actually run an estimation to say, okay, factory A can give us 30 jobs, factory B can give us this, that. I've worked in a biscuit factory before, so I know what I'm talking about. I've been a tally clerk in a biscuit factory before, from carrying sugar and flour, arranging biscuits to tally clerk. So at least when it comes to factory work, I know what it is like. If your unemployment rate after all the factories is still in the roof, going up 14-15%, boss, you don't do anything.
It's not enough to come and tell us that this factory...
It not be you, your story. You don't do anything. Finish. You know, if you had done it, and you can't also come and say that, oh, the kinds of jobs that are available, people don't want it. People just want to clean. People just want to get something that makes them go and come, right?
Yeah.
If you expand the factory, you will need engineers. True. If you expand the factory, you need supervisors, experienced people who have worked in many factories. If you expand the factory, you need factory hands, right? Depending on what the factory does. So you cannot come and say that all the people in Ghana suddenly do not want any factory work. We have given tax holidays to vehicle assembly plants to come and assemble their vehicles here. How many jobs have they created?
You know, that's an interesting one. Why aren't we giving tax incentives to, for instance, agriculture equipment producers to come and set up in the country if we are really keen about industrialization, especially in the agricultural sector?
But even with the car assembling plants, soon after they had been set up, did we not then go and import fresh cars in there? I don't even know whether we actually utilize that intervention of having them here on home soil and purchasing cars from them. Government went straight for the import. So
you see, I think honestly we need to get serious and stop the sloganeering. Industrialization, and again, Michael is here. When we say we are industrializing, there's not some cottage enterprises. Like you're doing a big deal, big thing, right? And I so fell in love with Nanado and the MPP where they said we're going to do planting for food and jobs. And then we're going to do one district, one factory. And then before that, we're going to do one village, one dam. So the dams were going to help with irrigation, etc. And then we're going to plant, and then the yield will come, production will go, and then we'll feed the factories with what is being produced. Go to Dodoa. Lots and lots of mangoes rotting away.
And we are importing
2.1 billion. worth of mango.
How do you get out of an economic conundrum by behaving this way?
I mean,
we have to. Are we? Even the Palugu Dam was meant to be really set up for tomato production.
Look, last week Friday, I interviewed somebody from the Arigu constituency. The week before, I interviewed somebody from the Palugu constituency.
That's right.
They say the water in their communities, because of the effects of galamsey, and to the extent that they even suspect that, some level of poisoning had been done by the Burkinabes, and I don't want to buy that idea, but they said it. Now, even their local planting of tomatoes is a problem, because if you use that river water to plant tomatoes,
it won't flourish.
It dies, actually. So the seedlings go to waste. They said it here. I'll find that tip this week. I'll play it. Now, if you had a dam, and the dry season will come, and they have an even peculiar situation where the Bagre Dam is, the gates are open for the Bagre Dam, and it comes to destroy everything. I mean, this studio will be submerged.
My goodness.
Each time the Bagre Dam. So they plant, they wait. Sometimes they harvest. They have to harvest quickly, pre-harvest. So before the thing ripes, they go and harvest, and then they come back and they have to wait the next year. Water has destroyed my farm, start all over again, that kind of. So some of them have left and come to. One of the person who spoke with me here had left his Arigu community to be here in Accra, because Charlie, every year I plant, I can't harvest, water spoil, destroys the thing, I have to go back again, try and plant. How do you live a meaningful life like that? And
then you get promised a project such as the Palugu Dam, and we're playing politics.
We spent $12 million on mobilization alone.
Johnnie, I think that sometimes some of these things, when we talk about them, I don't know, it just doesn't make sense. Like, in the 21st century, we are still watching a dam spill, lives are lost, properties are destroyed, farms are destroyed, like year on year, and we can't think of a practical solution to this in this 21st century.
Masa, the Daily Analyst this morning says, without fear of favor, Ghana Police replies Asidun Ketia, provide comprehensive gender data. Minerals Commission tasked. Also 2024 elections offers another opportunity to redefine country's democracy. Dr. Lawrence Tete. And a banner headline, seeking accountability at NPA's UPPF. Daily Analyst sends RTI request to NPA, demands full disclosure of Unified Petroleum Pricing Fund revenue accrued for the period 2019, 2020, 2021, 22, 23, demands reason for latest increases without involvement of stakeholders. Helen, do you remember this headline where NPA said we're going to sue, and then the Daily Analyst said, we won't back down, now we are coming for Jacob Amwa is UPPF coordinator, and Dr. Sheikh Dr. Mustafa Abdul Hamid, MPA CEO. They are captured here. Ghanaians face critical choice in December, according to Lodina Mahama. Daily Graphics, NIT contributors gain automatic NHIS migration. Nation records first Wilson disease at Kolebu Teaching Hospital. And Manche Asante Heni deepening their bond. The two royals in a very, very hearty smile. On the back page, we have Brekum, Chelsea, Pip, Bofwa Kwatano. These are two teams I love, but they don't get weights like that. Kotoko deep in RTU Spain. RTU. Helen, what do you have?
All right, I've got the Ghanaian Times to start off with. Sustain Green Ghana project gains. President urges the citizenry. You've got a picture here of our president, all smiles. Some of you have been looking for him. You want to hear from him on certain matters. Well, for Green Ghana Day, he showed up and showed out, as the kids say. Got a nice print on. Looks like there's some vegetation crawling up the attire.
I see. Very and nice. They're still giving the forest reserves out for mining,
forever. Ewutu Senya East constituency, NDCPC granted bail over alleged gun possession without authority. This story got a lot of your tongues wagging over the weekend. We can't guarantee safety.
That story.
Yes.
So the Ghana police wants to tell us that it is okay to have a double identity with a diplomatic passport and pretend to be constructing a cathedral, dipping your hands into people's pockets and walk free, than to have a legitimate gun license, which was not authored by the bearer of that certificate, but was authored by the boss of the police services boss, the interior minister. And then if there's a spelling mistake on it, you can be held for more than 12 hours for that mistake which the individual didn't commit. Is that what the Ghana police want?
You say that was draconian on the part of the police? No. Because they have discretion, and that's how they exercised it.
I am saying that I have a license.
Fair.
I did not write my name on the license.
Fair.
I did not issue the license to myself.
Fair.
Right? The law is clear. The IGP's boss issued the license, which is the Interior Minister. And I'm not talking about just this IGP. I'm talking about any other IGP. It's the Interior Ministry that issues this. And you are suggesting to me that because you found the gun in my car, I hadn't fired it like how Akumsing had done in a crowd to so protect herself. But then because you saw the gun and the bullets, you say, let me pick this person up because the license the person showed to me had a spelling mistake.
I'm told the Phyllis one had one L,
and I'm saying
and
who
hers
wrote
has
the name
L.
on the license?
That is fair, Johnny. I don't agree with how the police went about it, but insofar as their rules indicate they have discretion, you have officers who will use that discretion in this manner, which you might describe as
Article
draconian.
296 of our Constitution that talks about the use of discretion says the discretionary use should not be whimsical.
And
what does it mean?
It's synonymous with capricious, on a whim.
Thank you.
On a whim.
Just a bazaar.
Just on a whim. I agree, and I hear that she's also a nursing mother. So to detain her, especially overnight, take her so far away from her constituency, from Kaswa to Cantonments, although on that score, I know her supporters in Kaswa would not have allowed them to rest, so I understand that. What more can I say? The police had discretion, and they decided to do it in this way. But if the police are listening to us this morning, what kind of signal do they think it sends to the citizenry? I hope they are reflecting on that this morning.
Let me say that it also came to light that there was an order from above. Who is this above?
We've started again.
Or who is up above?
We've come again.
My basic thing is that, let's say I attended GIG, and then there's a mistake on my certificate. And then GIG says, we won't recognize the certificate that we give to you with a mistake because there's a mistake.
If there's a mistake, just check from the top.
Collect it. Now, what does the law even say? That if there's a mistake in terms of the name, and then you can actually point it to the person and the purpose for which the person is holding the certificate, then you have no... what are you talking to me about?
But a spelling mistake is a spelling mistake.
So the IGP is now doing spell check.
So he should check.
But gentlemen, these are not issues that... I'm not saying that... It's something that if they want to look at, surely they can, right? If it's a spelling mistake, whatever.
Right.
For me, detaining a nursing mother, an alleged nursing mother, off the back of this particular reason, is not...
I appreciate your angle, but I'm saying that in that same constituency, Mavis Hawakumsin, the Minister of Special Initiatives, she as an MP has a bodyguard who is armed. She went ahead and fired a gun amongst a crowd. Right? She confessed to that on radio, live radio. Did the police invite her?
They did.
Did they arrest her?
They didn't arrest her.
Did they detain her?
They didn't detain her.
Do they have a statement?
They invited her, she went and left. As opposed to this scenario where...
The police is going ahead with the prosecution of this matter to even charge.
That's right.
How Akumsing...
For what offense?
I'm coming. How Akumsing, who had the gun, who fired, has she been charged? Who has charged Hawa Kumsing? Is she before a court? That matter even came up when she was at a vetting table for the Fisheries Ministry role.
That's right.
And she was asked, have the police charged you? She said, no. Is it the same Ghana police or is it different Ghana police brought in from Togo or Lomé?
The same Ghana police.
Channel.
We can't guarantee safety on most animal products on sale. Veterinary Services Directorate warns public. So be careful when buying food for your furry family animals. The Daily Democrat this morning, they say nothing but the truth. MPP borrowed 536 billion Ghana cedis in 7 years. There's nothing to show. Stories on pages 2, 8, and 10. Right. NDC suspends a Memphis Central chairman and 3 others for anti-party behavior. And Ghana's economy is in crisis.
Mike?
I know Sixtus is listening. I'm reading the Daily Guide today just because you are not here. There's no...
There's no malice intent.